Hello everyone and welcome to Custom Paintworks Day 2 Ebony Maw. Here I'm just mixing that same gray we used last time with a little bit of white so I can get a lighter skin tone. My trusty paper towel. And here I'm just going to blot and brush where I think it needs to be highlighted. Now, if you ever looked at pictures of Ebony Maw, he's very stone-like in his skin texture, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with this blending in these layers that I'm putting on right now. So I felt I needed to go a little bit more lighter in some areas, especially in the points of where his chin gets thinner, where his cheekbones get thinner, obviously around the ears. You see those top veins, those top skin folds. I just felt they needed a little more accentuation, so I put a little more lighter color into it. I use either my thumb or the sponge to just blend it in so it's not so prominent. But yeah, just going in, adding highlights where I feel like they needed to be, going off the picture that I have. Or the pictures that I have, mostly. I look at a lot because you want them in different lighting, you want them in different areas. And here I'm just blotting it on and I try to match it up to be more stone-like, look more like a rock, because on a lot of the pictures he does, his skin tone's very strong, very rock-like. Now I sealed them again, just so that none of the paint rubs off on my hands while I'm trying to paint them. And blow dried them, of course, blow dried them dry. And here we're adding accents of red, which will end up being purple because of the gray is like a blue, which will add to the purple that is in his skin tone. Just putting it everywhere. I probably don't need to because he's got a collar that goes up pretty high, but just to add to it, I mean, I just wanted to put it on there just to make sure it's a little more accurate. Yep, just continuing on with that red. A little on his lips to give him that lifelike appearance. And here's the gray because I missed some areas and I wanted to touch up on the bottom where my hand had been scraping some of it off. It's a little bit darker, but again, it won't really be noticed. There's those purple tones I was mentioning. And this quick wash is a flesh tone wash. There are hints of brown in that same areas where the red are, so I wanted to go get back in and flush that out, make that sculpt pop. Again, just dabbing it, going in layers, keeping your paint thin so you can just go in there and get it done right. You can see there's some life to him, a little bit more life to him from the last video. And I'll probably just spray him again, seal him so he doesn't, so none of the paint rubs off. And then come back in with some black around the eyes because I felt like it needed to be just a little bit darker. And some more creases in there. His lips, I hit his lips because they need to be a little bit darker as well. I probably went a little bit too dark, so I might have to go back and do that again. Hit it with some whites or some light grays to try to thin that out a little bit. then yeah, adding some more accents to his skin to where the pictures have showed me that he's got some areas of darkness or folds or cracks in his skin. And then some more flaking, some more flicking to add some more breakups to it. Here's the deck tan, also Vallejo paint. Deck tan and white I use for eyes, and that's what we'll be doing here next, just to get the basic coat. He doesn't have a whole lot of white in his eyes. And there's not a whole lot of white in them, at least from the pictures that I've seen. But he does have some pink around his eyes, so that's what I'm adding here. Just some flesh tone and some of the red that I had previously. I just mix that in. Keep it thin again and go around the eyes with it because that's where it is. There's actually a little bit on his ears too, because where the sun hits it, too, if anyone notices that. So I went and hit the ears a little bit with it. There's a blue, electric blue, also from the Army Painter. And then I used a royal blue from the Vallejo paints to mix in a blue. I think I hit the right notes on the color. There's the blue, the royal blue, and the electric blue. I feel like that's the right color, and then he's got a little bit of green in his eyes. That's what I just showed you there. So I'm going in very steadily. I try not to hold them at this point because my hands do shake a little bit. I don't want to mess it up. And even if you do, again, keep it thin layers or thinner layers so that it's easier to take off if you need to. I'm adding a darker blue because I felt like it was too light. And then hitting them eyes again with the black. And they're almost there. I mean, they're not quite exactly where I want them to be. So I may have to go back in and tweak with a little bit. I see that they're a little off center here, so I'm going to have to probably redo the eyes, but I think I've got the skin tone down. I think I've got everything else pretty much where it needs to be. And that's it for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next one.